Thanks, girls. It's always so much fun shopping together. Now, I'm Tamara Hooks. I'm going to be with you for the next 2 hours, so I hope that you can hang out with me. If you do, you are going to get some new shoes from Birkenstock, and we've got lots of options for you. As a matter of fact, this hour is really jam-packed. And then next hour, we're going to be talking beauty with benefit. And so we've got our Today Special coming up for the brows. We've got some great things for the eyelashes. It's going to be a great 2 hours, so I'm glad that we can spend it together. We're going to get started, though. We're going to jump right into Birkenstock, because when I tell you we have a lot to get through in 1 hour, we do. And what that means is when you see something that you really just love and have to have, I want you to dive in and get it, okay? Matter of fact, we are going to jump in and start off with a shoe that is called the Catalina. We're gonna pull that one up for you. And also, just so you know, if you ever miss a show here at HSN, go to hsn.com. You can type in this case, you type in Birkenstock, and you can see everything that we have available for you. And so if you ever miss an item number, or, oh, I wanted to see that color up close again, you can always find them on hsn.com, okay? So let's start off with the Catalina. And the Catalina is a beautiful option for you. It is in your choice of either white or faded purple, and these are patent. You've got a beautiful gold tone buckle on this, and they are just a really nice option if you're looking for something really simple to slide into, but you still have that amazing Birkenstock footbed. So let's bring in the expert. Amy West is joining us this entire hour. Amy,
yes.
Hello, my friend.
Hello,
How are you?
I am back from the land of Birkenstocks, from Europe.
Yes.
So I got to see a lot of them while I was in Italy, and believe me, they are famous around the world. So if you're new to Birkenstock, this is your hour to get introduced, maybe grab a pair. If you're a collector, if you're a Birkie like me, there's gonna be some fun new things you've probably never seen.
It's so fun though, because when you are traveling and out and about and doing a lot of walking, the shoes you wear are vital. They're probably one of the most vital things you have. So if you can have a shoe with this amazing footbed that caters to your foot, then you are already 2 steps ahead of the game. This one is called the Catalina Graceful Slide Sandal. And I love the colors. We've got white, and it's this white patent with this beautiful gold tone buckle. And then we also have that faded purple that you can pop in again with the gold tone buckle. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, aren't these gorgeous? I love the contrast of the gold on both colorways. The Catalina is just a stunning silhouette. I think it's really modern. It's almost architectural in style. To me, it just looks like a very modern, like beautiful belt buckle almost because of the way that it's crafted. And I really love these patent because it really elevates the style. So the shape of the Catalina itself has a very elevated look to it, but then add the patent as well. You really can dress this up, dress it down. We talk about Birkenstocks all the time. They really are a great outfit completer. And so if you are just looking to take it up a notch with your styling, this is absolutely the way to go. And then of course, with Birkenstock, the DNA of our brand, we're really all about health and wellness from the ground up, but it's all about that contoured footbed. We're gonna talk a lot about it this hour. But you can see it starts with that deep heel cup. So I call it the Lego effect. When you slide your foot in, it just kind of clicks into place, right? So your heel slips into that deep heel cup. Your arch goes over that nice arch support that supports all 4 arches of your foot. You don't just have one, it's actually made up of 4 arches. And then you have that nice wide toe box that your toes can stretch out in and have that room so you get proper alignment. And then that raised toe bar will allow your toes to have that natural gripping motion that your body needs when you walk. Helps keep the shoe on as well and give circulation to your body. So all of that is what makes up that contoured footbed, which by the way, Birkenstock really was the first one to come out with a contoured footbed. And by the way, this has not changed since our very first silhouette. So it never will change. It is perfect the way it is. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And that is the DNA of our brand.
And that's the deal. A brand that's been around for 251 years, and they don't change. They found what works. They created what works, because it's really based off of our own foot. So it wasn't some creation. It was what makes sense for the foot. That's what we're going to do. And that's why every Birkenstock wearer loves them and has likely more than one. This is what it's really walking as nature intended.
Yes, exactly. And we love using this illustration of your footprints in the sand because it really shows how that sand rises up to kind of contour every curve of your foot, and that is what that cork and latex in the footbed is doing. So you can see the layers of what makes up the contoured footbed in this next slide. You can see it starts with the EVA outsole, then we have a layer of jute. In the middle is that cork and latex center, so that's what is actually molding to your foot. We have another layer of jute, and then you have that suede sock lining, which to me is such a signature of Birkenstock. When you put the shoe on, it immediately is like so soft up against your skin and also keeps your foot nice and dry. And so what happens is when you get your Birkenstocks, make sure the first day you wear it, maybe only wear it for an hour or two. It's very firm when you first get it, and that's a new sensation for a lot of people. If you've never had one before, many of us are used to a cushioned footbed. This is not a cushioned footbed. So what happens is the more that you wear it, the heat from your body and the weight of your body distributes, and then that cork and latex heats up and it starts to mold to your foot. And I think, Tamara, you said it best. You said we're so used to trying to make our feet fit in other shoes, whereas the Birkenstock is really designed to fit to your foot. So it customizes for you, creating that great custom experience, giving you support and better alignment for your whole body.
From the very beginning, and has not changed and will not change. The only thing that changes is the upper, and we've got a lot of different uppers for you. But if this one is calling your name, because you do have a contoured but wider strap, just single strap along the top, with that belt buckle kind of look and that gold tone look, if you just love this, it's all Birkenstock here at HSN is free shipping, so we send it to you for free, which is fantastic. We've got flex pay on these, which makes them $24 to try them out. I love how Carol has that on with a really simple, easy, beautiful spring, summer look. And she's got on her Birkenstocks, her sunnies. She's ready to go.
Yeah.
And these are available for you now. You can use that QR code as long as you see it. Or you can go to hsn.com, and when you do that, type in 887-695. That's the number to get those home. And you just choose, your regular Birkenstock size, your regular shoe size from 5 to 11.5. And you choose either white or that faded purple. And let's say you get these home, or anything that you're picking up this hour, and you say, oh, I really love them, but I wish I'd gotten a different color, or oh, I need a different size. We do free exchanges, and it's just a 1, 2, 3 step process. We do not charge you to send them back. We don't charge you shipping to send them back. We don't charge you shipping for us to send you the ones you want. So we make it really simple because we want you to love your purchases and love your Birkenstocks.
Yes.
Okay. We are gonna go on, and we've got more for you. This is I always get tripped up on this, the Megami Terra Burka Floor sandal slide. We've got it for you in 3 colors, so your choice of eggshell, we have white, or we have khaki. And these are, again, in your traditional sizes from 5 to 11.5. And whatever size you wear in Birkenstock, that's which size you wear, even if it's the EVA style.
Yes, exactly. I love that you mentioned that our sizes are whole sizes. So if you are a 9.5, you'll get the 9. If you're a 5.5, you're going to get the 5, and so on and so forth. These are such a marvel. I want to show you, look how flexible these are. If you are a fan of the EVA, or if you're maybe a big hiker, or you love to just go walking in the woods. I walk every day, and I actually walk in my EVAs. I love this as an even more supportive, and it gives you that great traction. So that's the first thing that stands out to me, right? As you turn it over, look at the amazing traction that you have. Then you have the contoured footbed, just as you know and love from all Birkenstocks. Just keep in mind that when it's an EVA, it doesn't mold to your foot like the traditional Birkenstocks, but you will get that deep heel cup, that arch support, the wide toe box, of course, and that raised toe bar. Now, also different than our typical EVA, this has the Birko floor upper. So what that means, it's a lot more flexible. It has that soft felt underneath. I'm gonna open it up for you so you can see. So you're going to be able to adjust this as you can with all of our EVA, but it's nice and soft on the inside, which helps keep your foot dry. If you happen to be perspiring while you're walking, that'll help just absorb that and keep you dry, while you also have that great support that we're giving you. And and in a shoe that will be more waterproof for you.
Absolutely. And the fact that you've got, it's very, to me, I look at this sole, this outsole, very rugged with the traction. And it just makes me think of adventure. And I think of all the adventures we're gonna go on this spring and summer. And if you're gonna be out and about and you do want a shoe like this that can take you to, you know, maybe if you were going on the beach or on the deck or the boardwalk or the boat or whatever the case is, you've got something that you can feel good in. And if you wanna go with black, it's all over black. If you do the eggshell, it's all over eggshell. And same with the faded khaki, it's all over. So if you like just that one overall look instead of having the outsole be a different color, then this is gonna be the way to go with your EVAs. And those are 888-029. That's the number on that. And as I told you earlier, we are gonna go fast. So I do wanna make sure you go ahead and pick yours up right now. Okay. Oh, that's perfect.
I know, it's like a perfect fit to my shirt. It's camouflage. You can't even see it when it's up against my shirt. That's a Marla shirt, by the way.
I love that. So that was the light rose.
Yes.
We've got the eggshell.
Yes.
We have black and we have surf green. And these are called the Madrid. And this is your big buckle EVA slide sandal. So we're used to seeing the Madrid, but usually the buckle, you know, doesn't have this translucent and this size on it.
Yeah, this is the stealth buckle, and it's a big one. So we like the stealth. It's a little bit more translucent. It almost has that kind of jelly quality to it. This is a fun way to express yourself with the EVAs, which are wildly popular, by the way, especially this time of year. You're going to wear them on the boat. You're going to wear them gardening. And actually, it was funny because I mentioned that I just got back from Italy with my mom when we were packing. Because she knows I'm like a packing guru, right? Like I geek out about packing. And she's like, what shoes are you bringing? And I said, pretty much just Birkenstocks. And the majority of the time I end up walking around in my EVAs. They're so lightweight. Plus, if you have a random rain shower or what have you, they're gonna be up for it. And they really do dress up really cute. I wore mine for the most part with a dress or a skirt. And they looked just adorable. They do have that great outsole with really good traction. Maybe not as much as the rugged one, but you still have great traction. I was going up and down the stairs. You know, a lot of those stairs are slick and have cobblestones. I felt very secure. And of course, you have that great contoured footbed, so I knew that my feet would be supported all day long. And I am famous for having foot pain at the end of the day. My husband and I, we give each other foot massages every night on the couch watching our shows because I have foot pain. And so, man, when I wear my Birkenstocks though, the next day, I feel so good. I feel, my body feels better because I've been in proper alignment all day. And what a great way, maybe this is your first time or maybe you're a collector, this is the Madrid. So it is over 60 years old.
It is the first.
This is our very first silhouette. Yes, very good. You won the pop quiz, Tamara. And it is just a fabulous one to start with because you have that tapered one strap look, easy slide on, and again, I think it's a really elevated look.
Agreed. I agree with you. This is the shoe that came to the US. It was the Madrid. It's still here. You'll notice different colors. Obviously, this is EVA, so it's a different material than the original. And they had some fun with the buckles, not only the size of it, but the translucent effect with it. But you see how when you make it right the first time, you keep it. You just, you know, kind of dress it up a little bit in a different way. You can see that Ingrid has that on in the light rose, which is very pretty. Love that with a cute sundress. And you can flip on and go anywhere in that. And then Carol's wearing hers in the eggshell color. Again, she didn't change outfits. She just changed shoes. Yeah. And they all just kind of work seamlessly.
Yeah, they really do. And where couldn't they go wearing this, right? To lunch, walking around in Europe, to maybe a fun brunch with friends, shopping. There's so many things that you could do that this makes the perfect outfit completer. And by the way, if you are one that says, well, I'm gonna go to the beach, I'm gonna go to the pool, I'm gonna go on a cruise, remember that with your traditional Birkenstocks that have that cork and latex and then that suede sock lining, you can't get those wet because it will compromise the customization that the footbed does. So you need a pair of the EVAs for all of your water activities, right? So if you want to go walk in the surf and then put your shoes back on or take them into the surf with you, which by the way, when I went to Europe last year, a lot of those beaches have pebbles and they're really hard on your feet. I actually wore my EVAs straight into the water and they float, you know,
Yes.
so you probably won't lose them if they pop off, but so many ways you're going to use this. By the way, they're super lightweight. I've opened this one up just so you can see also that this is a functional strap, and you can actually, you're gonna adjust this to your comfort level. A lot of EVAs that you see out on the market, the dupes,
yes,
they're not, the strap doesn't work. They just are in one spot. So that's something that's really important, is that you can customize this to your personal instep to make it more comfortable for you.
And that's what you're getting right here. And you can see the flex pay on this is just under $11. You've got free shipping. We offer free shipping on all of the Birkenstocks that we have in stock here at HSN. So really it's gonna be, which style do I like? Or which one don't I already have? That might be an easier question.
Yeah.
And then which color do I want? Because you already know the size. Whatever size you already wear, that's the size you're going to wear, and they're going to fit for you. And so if you want to go for these, this one is called Surf Green, and we call it Surf Green, but it's not green. It is a really kind of like an aqua blue, in my opinion. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I would say it falls into that blue to turquoise field. Yeah, I agree. It's not a big green color.
And then we've got all over black, which is what you see right here, and it even has that black, and it's almost like a tortoise black on the buckle. Very popular. A lot of you are picking this up in black. I love it in the white because I love that buckle color.
I know, I love this buckle color too. I think it's a beautiful contrast to that eggshell color, and really stunning. Very luxe looking to me.
And then light rose.
And then the light rose, which if you have this shirt, you should get, because it matches and coordinates perfectly. It's like Marla knew. Marla and Birkenstock got together and they knew what color, but this is just like a whisper pink. It's so beautiful, very feminine. It's not a candy pink. It's just really soft, very elegant looking pink. And just remember, you are getting the DNA of the Birkenstock brand, which is that contoured footbed. You're getting all of that support, you know, in a way that the dupes do not have. Remember, this is the original Birkenstock, and you'll see it's in the footbed, it's on the buckles. This is the original. And what I love about it is so many times with the EVAs, I think a lot of people have the Arizona EVAs, but we have so many great silhouettes now in the EVA, so it's a great opportunity to mix it up a little bit and maybe surprise and delight yourself and other people too.
I like it. I do. You've got, again, the flex pay is under $11. Use that QR code as long as you see it. Or if you miss it, you can go to hsn.com and you can type in 092315. That's the number to get those home. I know a lot of you are loving them in the black and the eggshell. Go for it. And eggshell is not as stark as white. So it's like a softer white option. So definitely go for those. Now we have great prices. We give you flex pay, which makes it easy, and we give you free shipping, but we can also give you extra benefits when you have an HSN card. As a matter of fact, we can give you $15. We'll put it in your account and you can use it towards any purchase that you're making with your brand new HSN card if you don't already have one. And just visit hsn.com/HSN card to get signed up for yours. Let's talk about, so another EVA option, and you just mentioned we've got lots of them, but this is a little bit more if you either want to or have to have the front of your foot covered, your toes covered, and you still want the benefits of EVA. You've got it. This is called the khaki, okay? We also have it for you in the light rose, just like you saw in the Madrid. This one is eggshell, again, just like in the Madrid. We also have this one in stone coin. So it's gonna be a softer gray color. And then of course in black. And this one is called the Boston. So we've seen the Boston in the traditional footbed as well.
Yes,
now
absolutely. And the Boston is wildly popular. I mean, it's definitely an iconic silhouette for Birkenstock as well. So really exciting that we have this available also in an EVA. I love that, again, you've got all the waterproof benefits of it with an easy slide that goes on, as you mentioned, protects the toes, covers the toes. Maybe you haven't got that pedicure. Maybe you just don't like to see the dogs, as our kids call them, the dogs. So this will take care of all of that for you. you, whether you need it for protection or just for personal preference. But I love the Boston. It just is a really beautiful kind of clog style. We're calling it a mule, but it just reminds me of a clog styling. And again, it really elevates, it dresses up really easy. Throw this on with a pair of jeans. It just looks really sophisticated and fun. And I love the fact that it is waterproof. Again, you've got that nice functional buckle. Loving all the colorways on it. I mean, look at between the stone and the eggshell, just very elegant, very chic colors.
I love that. You have these really soft options, and of course you do have black in here as well, but these are really soft. And so if you wanted to add a little bit of color, but you didn't want anything too saturated and too primary in that way, then these are gonna be really nice options. I think I particularly like that stone coin in that.
It's a perfect soft gray, don't you think?
Yes.
And it's so great because you also, again, you get that contoured footbed, you get all of the support that you know and love from a Birkenstock. There's a reason why the footbed hasn't changed in all of these years, because it does everything that your foot needs to support it, to give you that arch support, to give you that nice wide toe box, to give you that raised toe bar so that your feet have that gripping motion. And so as you walk throughout the day, you're not gonna feel that foot fatigue. You're gonna feel, honestly, fully aligned. And to me, that makes a difference day after day, because what we wear on our feet takes its toll on our bodies. It's just like skincare, right? When you use the sunscreen versus not, you may not notice the difference today, but it's a snowball effect. You're gonna notice it in 10 years and 20 years. And so I love that Birkenstocks are also ageless. And I have a 10-year-old and a 15-year-old, and they are equally obsessed with Birkenstock. And it makes me feel good that they love a shoe that's on trend, right? That's an icon. That's also so good for their wellness of their feet and their entire body.
It makes sense. And I love your analogy with good skincare. You might not notice it as much today, but you will notice it in years to come. And once if it's sort of like a situation of I've been wearing the wrong shoes for such a long time, then you're already noticing that in your feet and in the way that you feel at the end of the day. There is a difference when you have a shoe that was really made for the way that your foot moves. And then bonus, you get to have fun with color, you get to have fun with styles, you get to decide which one, how many of them you want to go with. And as a matter of fact, the fact that we have flex pay and free shipping, it really makes it easy and kind of guilt-free to add to your Birkenstock collection. Because if you're someone who loves the way your feet feel when you wear them, but you only have like a pair or two, Amy, to your point, there will be situations where you do need more of a specialized pair like the EVA.
Yeah, exactly. It's for those waterproof, options so that you can be around the water and not feel like you're ruining your Birkenstock, and also get all the support that you need. I was also just sitting here thinking, man, like to have a mule like this, to have the Boston, which normally has a little bit more weight to it. Most Birkenstocks are lightweight because they're cork, but this is the most lightweight. I mean, it's so light on your feet. It's not gonna drag you down. It's not heavy.
Not at all, not at all. Go ahead and pick yours up. These are 088-725. That's the item number. You've got free shipping on that. If you're shopping on hsn.com, you can type that in, or using the HSN app, you can type that in and go ahead and pick yours up. And I know, again, the black, the eggshell that we've seen so far today, the stone coin have been very popular in those. We have the Arizona in the EVA, and this is what you were mentioning, that a lot of people, if you have an EVA option, it's very likely the Arizona, because this is, I think, the most iconic.
Yeah, absolutely, and probably the one you'll see most out in the marketplace. So that's why I say some of our other EVA options are maybe lesser seen out in the open when you're just browsing and shopping, and that's what I love about HSN is we have so many different styles available for you.
Yes, and this show, as a matter of fact, is jam-packed. So if you want to go ahead and shop there, go ahead and pick those up. And again, you'll see that free shipping. Go ahead and just choose your color and your size, and we'll send them right on out to you. Let's talk about the Papilio by Birkenstock. So when you hear Papilio, I always think of platform or a little bit of a heel, but it's still the Birkenstock footbed on the inside. And this is called the Almina, and it's a leather platform sandal. I'm holding pecan, which I'm crazy about this color, but we also have it for you in sage, in sandcastle, and in dark tea.
Yes, and gosh, either the pecan, however we say it, or dark tea, both of those would go great with what you're wearing, and the sandcastle. And that's what I'm wearing today is the sandcastle. I really liked that because I had like a nicer top on, so I thought, oh, I'm gonna go for this one because it gave me a little bit of height, and I love that nude color. It's just very elevated.
Love it.
So the Papilio is where we get to play with a little bit more fashion. We get a little bit more elevation. So you can see we've given you here about 1.5 inch platform, and then down by the toe, it's just 1 inch. So it gives you a little bit of a wedge, which allows you to have that height without putting all the pressure on the toe. So most heels, you know, it would end up being all that pressure on your toe, which by the way, I have arthritis in one of my toes, so that's excruciating for me. So I thought my days of wearing heels were gone. Not so much. Birkenstock to the rescue, right? So we actually can have a lot more fun playing with height, giving you that elevation, you know, whether you're height challenged or you just love the way that it makes you feel, the way that makes you stand, or maybe you are wearing something a little dressier and you feel like it would be more appropriate to have a little additional height. This is where you get to have fun. The Almina is a beautiful silhouette. I love that this is in that wonderful nubuck leather. So this is absolute, you know, real leather all the way through. And then you have everything that you know and love from the traditional Birkenstock. It's going to mold to your foot. So just remember, the more you wear it, the more it's going to mold and conform to the bottom of your foot so that you get all that appropriate support. So everything from that deep heel cup, you get that arch support. I'm going to turn it around so you can see the arch support just a little bit. We've got the names on the back here. So you get that arch support in here, and then you have that wide toe box again and that raised toe bar. Everything is still there that you know and love. We've just given you additional height as well.
I like that. So there are times, like even the outfit that I'm wearing today, the stylist was like, it's a little long, it's dragging the ground on you. I'm 5'5", so sometimes my clothes are a little bit long. That's okay, as long as I have a little lift in my shoes. And with these, I do. I will tell you this, the sage and the dark tea are the two most limited in terms of the quantity that we have available for you. This one is called Pecan, and this one is called Sandcastle. This is the lightest option. This is the one that Amy's wearing. So if you want it to go for the lightest option, it's Sandcastle. If you want it the darkest option, it's also very limited in dark tea. And then that really nice, warm kind of tan color, you're gonna order that one in Pecan. Let's talk about sage real quick, because all of these, the buckles are all that kind of brushed brass. Sage is a little bit of a cooler option overall.
Yeah, absolutely. So if that's your preferred color palette, or again, you're just looking for something to kind of diversify your shoe wardrobe, a great place to start. I know for me, I tend to wear a lot of gold jewelry. So I love the gold buckles because it all kind of coordinates, but nothing wrong with a mixed metal moment also, but that's a great call out in that it does kind of play into more of those cool colors.
Yes, and you can see there on the girls, again, the Pecan, Ingrid has those on in Pecan, and she didn't change her outfit. She still has in the same pretty sundress that is just stunning, and you can see it just gives her a little bit of a lift. She can still walk around just as comfortably, because that's the entire idea of Birkenstock, is that it really is made for your feet. And so when you're on your feet, you're not thinking about your feet. That's the thing. If you're thinking about your shoes while you're wearing them, you're probably wearing the wrong shoes.
Right, that's a really great point. I haven't heard that said before, but I think that's so right. You don't want to be sitting here thinking about your shoes or when you can take them off. That does not need to be living rent-free in my head, as the kids say. If my child was watching, she would be cringing right now. You're not allowed to say that anymore. But you shouldn't. You shouldn't be focusing just on that. You should really be able to just like feel like you're walking barefoot, right? So this is a fantastic wedge. This gives you that elevation. I was just looking to, the girls are doing such a great job modeling them, but this also has that nice instep to it that has a natural motion. It has a little bit of a rocking motion to it, so that when you're walking, so you can see it lifts up here, right?
Yes.
When you're walking, you don't feel like you're just walking on a big block, right? Like a big block platform. This actually gives you that natural walking motion.
Nice. I mean, everybody I see them on, I'm thinking, oh, I love those. I like them more and more and more the more I see them. And if you are more of a traditional Birkenstock wearer, and you maybe haven't tried anything from the Papilio by Birkenstock line, this could very well be your spring and summer shoe. And I love that it's just an easy slide on. It's still going to customize to your foot. You can still adjust just this strap, and to your point, this leather is just comfortable everywhere.
Yes.
So while we have them for you, still in all 4 colors, pecan, sage, sandcastle, and dark tea, if those are the ones you want to pick up, you've got $27 as the flex pay. The shipping is free, it's already been taken care of. And that's a big savings, because otherwise it would be about $12 in shipping. We've already taken care of that. So we've got them for you now, and you can order, even though these are a platform, I order my regular size, right?
Yes, absolutely. True to size. The only time I give people a tip to adjust sizing would be if it's Sherpa lined, but that's in the winter, so you don't have to worry about any of those in the show. Everything is true to size. I have never found a person say that it didn't fit them right.
Okay, perfect. And if you want to go for that and even see more of what we have, Papilio by Birkenstock, you can type that in on hsn.com and everything will come up for you. Let's talk about the Franca. This is an oiled leather sandal, and we only have 2 color options now on this one.
Oh, wow.
Either the tobacco, which is the lighter of the 2, and that's the first time we've seen this color in this hour. So if you're saying, I want something neutral, but I don't want brown and I don't want white, what are my other options? This really is like a cooler kind of neutral for you.
Yep.
And then we have it in black, and look at this black. Even the black is kind of washed. It's not as dark as some of the black options we've seen.
Yeah, it's kind of like an off black or like a faded black.
Yeah.
And the Franca is one of my favorite silhouettes because you have versatility, and you can see that with the tobacco one here. You can either wear this at the toe crossed.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of how they designed it to go, but also you can uncross it and wear it straight across if you like. So this gives you a little bit, I always like when I can get more options out of whatever I purchase. So you get that great quality leather in the straps with versatility on how you want to do the buckles. And these are nice, more thin straps. So if you're saying, maybe I want something different than the chunky straps, or that one's not for me, this is a little bit more of a feminine and delicate strap.
Okay, and just so you know, we always bring in more of the black than any of the other colors. So in this case we did, but really we don't have a lot of either one. So you can see Carol's wearing that one in black. Again, a really, just to me, that looks like the perfect sightseeing outfit. You know, all she needs is a camera and a backpack.
Yeah, that's pretty much was my wardrobe. Yes. When I was in Italy with my mom, we were traipsing all over. I think we did like 20,000, probably more than 20,000 steps a day.
Oh my gosh.
Birkenstocks, man. I was in my Birkenstocks the whole time.
Yeah.
Felt great, was totally refreshed.
Isn't it funny how when you're doing your steps at the gym, it's a grind, but when you're doing it out, like, you know, sightseeing, it's like I could go all day.
No problem. Yeah, we just went and went and went, and you get that full support. So remember, the more that you wear them, the more they're going to conform to your foot, customized to your foot. So the first couple days, there's a little bit of a break-in period. Wear them a few hours each day. By the end of the week, then you can wear them all day. And you'll start to see, you'll have little toe prints. You'll see where your arch is. You'll see where your heel is. And that's always really fun for me to be like, oh, wow, look, it's molding to my foot.
Yes, and this is the thing. I know this is really quick, and partly it's because we just don't have a lot of these in option. We used to have more colors, and now we're down to black or tobacco. And I do believe this is the only time you're going to see tobacco in this entire hour. So as you're shopping for the Franca, go for yours on FlexPay for $27. We love FlexPay. And we've got free shipping on those as well. And if that's something you were looking for, to Amy's point, with a little bit of a thinner strap and adjustable in the look, you can go for those now, right? We cannot have a Birkenstock show without talking about the Arizona.
I know.
It was not the first, but it is by far the most iconic. It's the most copied design, the Arizona. You'll see a lot of imitators out there, but Birkenstock was the originator of the Arizona. But this one is a platform, and it's that Birko floor sandal. We've got it in mocha, which is the one that's right in front of me. And the mocha is probably some of the hardest to get for us to keep in stock. This is the mocha. We've got it for you in that, is this eggshell? Yes, right next to white. And then we also have black. But I wanted to put these right next to each other so that you can see eggshell really is a softer option if you didn't want to go for the stark white.
Yep, a little bit more of an off-white color. Maybe you're just worried about the stark white not looking white, or maybe you want something that's going to blend in a little bit more of your earth tones and neutrals. A lovely option. Again, super elevated, just going for whatever look you prefer. Again, this is the Birkenstock is Papilio by Birkenstock. So it's a true Birkenstock, but again, we're giving you that height. So we've given you a 1-inch platform, so you have additional height. And we made some improvements on this from a couple years ago. So you can see again that curved instep. So it really does give you that proper movement and flexibility. And then on the back, I want to show off, these are our flex grooves on this EVA outsole here. So these flex grooves help it to move a little bit easier, so it really does give to your natural stepping motion. And then in the back, we actually have this thicker heel, and this allows for a little bit more balance. So lots of great improvements on this. And again, it's over 50-year-old silhouette. The Arizona is the probably most iconic, most seen silhouette of Birkenstock.
Absolutely. And if you have Birkenstock, you may have the Arizona. You may have had them for years. I was talking to Callie on Sunday. We were talking Birkenstock, and she said she had a pair of Birkenstock for 18 years. She loved them. She wore them everywhere. And I said, if your Birkenstocks could talk, what would they say? She said they would say they have taken me everywhere.
Yes.
And that's the thing. If you love them, this may have been your first style, but now you have an option of different colors and the platform style and that kind of rocking motion just at the very front. So as you walk, it's going to be still a comfortable step. But these, I love that we have these for you. The FlexPay is $24. You've got them on free shipping. In a world where things change all the time, I love that my Birkenstock, what I love about them stays the same.
Yes.
And what I get to kind of crave about them is that they're always current and modern.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I mean, they reached icon status, first of all, so they never go out of style. But what we do is we have fun with the uppers, and we make little updates to our fan favorites like the Arizona by giving you that platform, by having fun with the uppers, and sometimes even playing with that sock lining, which can be really fun. We'll do little prints on it or different colors. So there's always something to delight and surprise you with Birkenstock while still giving you what you love most, which is that contoured footbed, and allowing it to customize to your individual foot. So you have all of that support, but you also still have style.
Absolutely. And you're showing there, and you're seeing right here, adjustable buckles. These are real working buckles. They always have been. And you can see a little bit of that height on this one so that you've got, but remember that deep heel cup, you see my fingernail? And now you don't see it and that's your foot sitting in the shoe. It's not sitting on the shoe. So if you've ever kind of stepped off the back of a shoe because it was flat and it didn't hold you in, you're really going to appreciate all of the details that have been thought about from the very beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, for a platform, this is still an EVA outsole, so it's not a super heavy platform. A lot of times you'll see a platform that's, even wood block. There's all different kinds of outsoles that people will use for platforms, and they can get rather heavy and feel like you're walking around on a brick. That's what we were trying to avoid. So you have the lightweightness of that cork and latex to begin with, and then you have the EVA, which is lightweight as well. And then we've added all of those elements in, like the flex grooves, to allow you to have a natural walking motion while still giving you that height and just a really cool look. My kids love these. This is definitely a pair my kids have.
This is the way to go. We've got black, this is white, this is eggshell, which is a softer white, and then we have them for you in mocha. And mocha, I can't tell you how many times I've looked on hsn.com for mocha and it's sold out.
Oh, wow.
I cannot tell you how many times. So the fact that we have it for you right now, if this is a color which is like a nice dusty, think about the color of like hot chocolate in a package. How it's dusty brown, that's this mocha color. So if that's the one you want with this kind of brushed rosy buckle, go ahead and pick those up. 079-486 is the number. We're gonna take a quick break. Amy's not going anywhere. She's got more to share with us, okay, for more here at HSN.
Tower Hill by Christy Brinkley is all about looking good and feeling good. Tower Hill by Christy Brinkley is all about looking good and feeling good. These are the clothes I love to wear, and you will too.
Watch Tower Hill by Christy Brinkley.
Only on HSN.
The stars are aligning on QVC Plus and HSN Plus for season 2 of my late night talk show, Busy This Week, hosted by me, Busy Phillips.
And me, Casey St. Ange.
Join us May 21st at 10 p.m. Eastern as we get down to earth with some of today's most shining stars.
And shop fab finds that you won't believe.
Your Wednesday nights just got a whole lot brighter with QVC Plus and HSN Plus. Download the free TV app or visit QVCplus.com to start streaming now.
Be the first to know when your favorite brands and celebrities will be on HSN. Sign up for When to Watch emails and we'll let you know when they'll be live on air. Simply go to your HSN account to update your communication preferences and select your favorite brands. Or sign up directly at the bottom of a product page. You'll receive email notification every time your favorite brands will be live on HSN. Customize your shopping experience with When to Watch emails today.
Birkenstock here at HSN this entire hour. I'm Tamara Hooks. I'm your host. Amy West is joining us. She's the pro when it comes to not only travel and style, but travel in a way that that really, you know, when it comes to Birkenstock, is the only way you want to go. So let me talk about the Mayari. This is your toe loop comfort sandal. One of the favorites. It's one of my favorites, and you can tell it's one of the favorites because we have so many color options for you. I want to start right here with the antique, and I'm going to go all the way down the line. So the antique, we've been talking about you want a lighter option, but not necessarily white. This is like a pearlized, almost a pearlized sandcastle, to be honest, but you're going to order it in antique lace. We've got it for you in black. Next to black, we have licorice, and I want you to see that licorice has a shine to it. Black does not. It is a matte, so those are your options there. Next to that, we've got a stone. We have mocha, very similar to the Arizona that we were just showing you. This one is called Graceful Taupe, so it is still a neutral, but it's got more of a metallic feel. This one is called Sandcastle. Beautiful. Next to that, we've got copper, and lastly, in white. And this is, again, all of the same sizes that we bring from 5 to 11.5. And this one, though, has, to me, with the toe loop and kind of the crisscross, it's got a lot of detail to it.
Yeah, I love this one. Honestly, I think this is the one I wear most, and I almost wore it today. I have that antique color, antique lace, and it goes with everything, and it has a little sheen to it, so it feels elevated. I love the toe loop design because it feels really soft in between your toes, but then it also looks like a little toe ring or like a little accessory. I love the narrow straps and the placement of them, and everything about it just feels really great on my foot. So I think it's a really lovely silhouette. I think a lot of people love it, and I love that we have so many color options for you today.
Absolutely. And that's, I mean, that's just that giveaway that lets you know this truly is a popular one. So maybe you want to start with Birkenstock. Maybe you're not somebody who has a closet full and you've been wearing them for 20 years. Maybe you're saying, I'm seeing them, I've always known about them, and I want to go ahead and pick up some for myself. Which ones should I get? The Arizona is always a great option. The Madrid is a great option, and I also think the Mayari, if you do like a little bit of a thinner strap, is gonna be a really fantastic option. I will play favorites and say this is my favorite too.
Yeah, it's just, to me, it's just kind of the Goldilocks of Birkenstocks for me. It goes with everything. It feels amazing. You still have that easy slide in. Almost has a little bit of a gladiator nod to it just because of the styling with the toe loop, and it feels really soft between the toes. It has that, this is the Birko floor upper, and it has that nice felting on the inside, so it's going to keep it really dry up against your skin, and it's just incredibly soft and delightful. And by the way, everything is still made in Germany at our factories there, so everything is top quality. At any given shoe could have had 50 to 100 people working on it, just approving it, making sure the quality is there, operating the machine. So this isn't just an automated off the press type of shoe. shoe. There's actually a lot of care and intention that goes into each shoe, and that is why they have stood the test of time, because of the quality and the tradition. Remember, over 250 years, Birkenstock has been a valued name in the shoe industry, going back to Johann Birkenstock, who was our very first registered shoemaker in 1774.
Wow.
Now, I don't know about you, I don't know any other brands that have that kind of heritage, especially shoe brands, not to mention the influence that they've had on the shoe industry as a whole. So there's really, truly nothing quite like a Birkenstock. There are many duplicates out there that try, and you know, of course, that's a compliment, but there's only one original, and that is Birkenstock.
That's
and the reason that we stand out amongst them all is that contoured footbed that molds to your foot, giving you that customized experience. As you said, Tamara, this is the shoe that fits to you. You don't have to shove your foot in there and try to make it work and hope your feet feel good at the end of the day. The more you wear this, the better it gets as it shapes and molds to your foot. And what happens is that latex and cork in the middle actually heats up to your body. The weight of your body as you're walking in these shoes starts to distribute, and then it really molds to your foot. So imagine just having the most customized shoe experience. That's what Birkenstocks are, and that is why so many people don't just like Birkenstocks, they love them.
That's right. They live in them. They live their life in them. They are always looking for another pair. And why wouldn't you? When you find a shoe that works for your foot, why would you go back to anything else that was problematic?
Right.
And you know, the thing is, because we've all worn uncomfortable shoes. We have, and we thought that's just how shoes are. But as we get older, we just don't have that level of, I'm just going to put up with it.
Tolerance,
No,
right?
No, tolerance,
We know you don't have to suffer. You don't have to sacrifice. You can have that comfort. You can have that support. You also, it gets more important to you, as we mentioned earlier in this hour, the longevity of you being able to function and stay active and stay lively. And Birkenstocks really, to me, provide that outlet to say, I can wear these shoes over and over again every single day, and it's not going to shorten the lifespan of my feet. It's going to help lengthen it.
Love it. And their customer picks. If you want to read the reviews and hear what people have said about them, the fact that how well they fit, how comfortable they are, you can read those while you're shopping. 091101 is the item number for the Mayari. We are going to move on to the Florida Birko floor sandal, and I love that even the names of the designs from Madrid and Arizona, Florida. This is a 3-strap sandal, all adjustable. We've got it for you, the one and only option in this hour in blue, and this is the richest. This is like ink blue. This is like banker's blue.
Yeah.
It is rich and deep. You don't see blue sandals like this. So we've got blue, we have black, and you're holding on to mocha.
Mocha, that's right. And again, mocha is one of our most popular colors. This is the one my daughter said, Mom, I want a pair of Birkenstocks. And in the mocha, well, she just called them brown, but I knew what she was talking about. She wanted the mocha because that color itself, too, is iconic. But I love that you called that ink blue.
Yes.
Because it is almost like this rich indigo, right? It just looks like a wealthy color blue, very rich. And the Florida is such a fun silhouette with these 3 narrow straps. Again, almost a little bit of a nod to a gladiator feel. So this is a very timeless design, looks amazing, and of course you have all of that support. Now when you get your Birkenstock, the way that you're gonna know that they fit, you're gonna slide them in. You wanna make sure that your heel is inside that heel cup and that your toes are inside of that toe box. You don't want it to fall over the frame of the contour footbed at all. If it does, then you need to size up. But remember, we're whole sizes. So if you're a 9.5, you're going to order a 9. If you're a 5.5, you're going to order a 5, and so on and so forth.
And that's a good point too, because, and we'll show you, if you ever get confused with the sizing chart, we've got them on every Birkenstock page. You can always just look at and see, where do I fall, where am I gonna feel most comfortable. But that's the point too, is that you have a footbed that, because of all of the arches of your foot, and I didn't know there was more than one until you educated me with Birkenstock, that there are 4 arches.
Yes.
So you have to have a shoe that really fits all of those different areas, and then and only then do you know, this is comfortable for my foot.
Yes, exactly. And this is your permission, by the way. Do not share your Birkenstocks. It's so easy because they're slides. A lot of times if your shoes laying around, you have to run out. My daughters want to borrow my shoes and slides. Do not They know, you don't get to wear my Birkenstock, because if other people are wearing them, it's going to start to mold to their feet, and you don't want to confuse the footbed. You really want it to be molded to your foot. So the EVAs, that's fine. Other people can borrow them, but with your traditional Birks, do not let anyone borrow them. Also, do not submerge them. Do not get them wet. I fuss at people all the time when I see them. I'll look at them and go, you get those wet, don't you? They're like, oh, I wear them to the beach. They're sandals. I said, not Birkenstocks. You can't wear them in the water.
How can you tell when they get them wet?
Because they look compromised. You could just tell. Like it does not do the footbed justice, because there's leather involved, and then it's not good. So that's why you need the EVAs, which we're transitioning to momentarily.
Go ahead and get the Floridas 098072. That's the item number there. We are going to talk again, speaking of, now that you have your, original Birkenstock footbed shoe that you're going to wear everywhere except around water. Now you have your Arizona EVA sandals, and these, to the point of, Arizonas are the style that is the most copied. The EVA look is the most copied, but you still want the original. Just something that looks like Birkenstock is not Birkenstock.
That's right.
Let's show you the colors. This is metallic silver. We have white, and you'll notice in EVA, it's like all over of the same color, okay? Like all over white. This one is called your metallic anthracite. We also have black for you.
Yep.
This one is lime.
Lime, and this
Take
one
a look.
is the new coral multi.
Oh, nice. That looks like a tie-dye kind of look.
This
And
is
then khaki.
Yes. Right. Yeah, I love that kind of marbled tie-dye watercolor look. That's really fun and kind of artsy and creative. It also can go with a lot of different colors that you're wearing as well, so that's kind of a fun one. But yeah, this is the Arizona EVA, may I say, one of our most popular EVA options. And to your point, there have been many, many duplicates of brands out there trying to get the same feel, but there's a couple things that they're leaving out. First of all, it's not the original Birkenstock. It doesn't have the same quality as ours do. It's not going to last the test of time. But also, it may not have functional straps. That's something you're still going to find. Those buckles, everything's functional, so you can adjust it to your foot. And then you also get that contoured footbed. So you're going to have the deep heel cup. You're going to have that arch support for all 4 arches of the foot. You're going to get that nice wide toe box, which is one of the first things when I had to go to the doctor because I had arthritis, and he said, no more closed, like tight toe boxes. You need wide toe boxes so your toes can stretch out. Then you have that raised toe bar. That's going to give you that nice natural gripping motion. All of these combined are really what give you that great support. Now, it's not the cork and latex Birkenstock. It's not the original, so it doesn't mold to your foot, but it's a great second. So maybe you might start to feel uncomfortable after 8 hours in these walking around in a theme park. I personally walked all over Europe in them. I felt great, but because they're not molded specifically to your foot, but they do still give you that wonderful support. And EVA is a moldable foam, so it almost has a little bit more, almost a cushion feel to it without it actually being a cushion footbed.
I like that you were mentioning that too, so that you can know that this is why we want you to have your original footbed, and we want you to have at least one option of EVA. You could have more of either of them, but just so that you have options, because especially now in the spring, in the summer, we are going to be in situations where maybe it's even just at the park, and the park, the sprinklers were just on and the grass is wet. Having your EVA Arizonas are just a better option for you. Maybe it is when you are going on a cruise, and this is a shoe that you can wear when you're going to the pool, and then on excursions, and then to the beach, and then just hanging around on the deck. You don't have to worry about it. And I like that you pointed out the functional buckles, because that's always a telltale sign.
Yes, it is, because the other ones, they just are this, stay in place and they don't move, and it's just not the same. It's not the original Birkenstock. So much to love about these. This is my boat shoe. This is my gardening shoe. This is my, I've talked about it before, and everybody seems to really love, my husband and I, we go on walks at night. We call it a whiskey walk. This is my whiskey walk shoe.
Really?
Yeah, we always do that. And if you live in a place that has afternoon, like maybe it's a tropical place, like in Florida, we have afternoon showers.
Yes.
This is the one I throw in my car just in case I'm out and about and I need to grab my EVAs and switch out my Birkenstocks for the day. This is such a great way to get started with Birkenstocks if you've never gotten one. The price is amazing. Again, top quality. These float.
They float.
You're not gonna lose them in the water.
You
they
barely
float.
feel them. If these are in your carry-on bag, they're not adding any weight, which is fantastic. And I like that you mentioned throw them in the car, throw them in, you know, the tote bag and go, because they don't weigh anything. They're not gonna be in the way. They're gonna be there for you when you need them. And the fact that we've got them for you on FlexPay for just under $10. Under $10.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And free shipping.
Yeah.
And we have all of these really fun colors. And these are, to your point, because they don't mold like the cork. If you wanted to share them with your daughter or your best friend, you could do that.
Yeah, they're not gonna ruin it if they take off with it. Yeah, so it's fine. And if you're worried about the white one, this is a little hack I give to people. I actually, if it starts to get a little dirty, you can use a magic eraser. Obviously, you can just spray it off with a hose too. I'll throw it in my wash machine and then let it air dry. I wouldn't put it in the dryer. That would probably mess it up. But that has worked just fine as well. Just straight sticking these things in the washing machine is just fine with like your towels or whatever.
What a great idea.
Yeah.
That is a great idea.
Makes
it
it
just
easy,
gets
right?
better and better. It really does. And I know that you're loving these. Again, this is the perfect time to do it. Let me go through the colors again real quick. Metallic silver. We have white. This one is metallic anthracite. So it's a deeper color. It's like a deep, dark charcoal gray if you didn't want to go all the way black. If you do, this is black. This is lime. We also have khaki, which is also a really great neutral without being black or brown. And we have that
New Coral Multi,
Wow.
which kind of looks like paint, like watercolors. It's so pretty. By the way, my kids love these. They're wearing them all summer. If you have a college student going off to college, this would be a great shower shoe. Obviously, they're gonna walk around campus in them as well. Or if you just need a good house shoe and you don't want hot slippers in the summer, use this as your house shoe.
Love that. That's a great idea. I'll tell you, the khaki, we've got about 100 left, and then that's it. The lime is quickly following that. So if you want to go ahead and pick those up on hsn.com, they're 095569. And that one is the Arizona EVA. Now, if you like the Arizona style, go to hsn.com and you can see all of the different styles. Like we said, the footbed stays the same. It's the uppers that change from colors to materials. You're gonna see some in EVA. You're gonna see some in patent, you know. So check them all out on hsn.com. I like that Birkenstock doesn't just say we have 5 styles and that's it. No, there's so much. We've got to talk about really quickly the Giza. One of my favorites also, I love the Mayari and the Giza. This goes through the toe. So if this is something that you've been looking for, not just a traditional slide option, you're gonna love this. We've got it for you in the sand patent, and Amy's holding on to the black patent. And this is just going to be a quick presentation, but the first time we've seen the Giza in this hour.
Yes, it is. And another great hit. This is an icon as well. It gives you that nice toe post design. Look here, by the way, it's tapered, which is really cool. So when it goes in between your toes, it's not a round cylindrical toe post styling that you'll see on most thongs. It's actually designed to really go in between your toes and to not take up a lot of space. It's a nice flexible toe post as well. So it's not really hard up in between your toes. That's really important. I know a lot of people have very sensitive feet, so all of this is designed really to help with your sensitive feet. Again, look at that flexible upper. Underneath, it has a nice felt underneath, so very soft up against the skin. And this patent design, it's just so elevated. I actually, that nude, as screaming my name. I want that one so much, but they're really beautiful. And this is just a classic silhouette that so many people love.
You can see why. Look at how pretty it looks on the feet, too.
Yeah, it does.
It just has a really kind of, you know, just sleek quality to it when I see it on the girls. I love that nude color as well. It's called sand. And if you do want something that's a light option, a neutral option, go for the sand. And then I love the black as well, because black patent, from a mile away, you see it. And it just is so chic.
Totally grabs your attention. And so I love that we have so many options with Birkenstock, whether you want to blend in, maybe you want to stand out, which I always like to stand out. So for me, I'm like, give me all the big buckles and the shininess and the glitter. I'm going for those, but you have so many options. I think so many people think maybe have preconceived ideas because of the way that the Arizona really stood out during the hippie movement, and they think it's all, you know, crunchy granola, very hippie. No, it's actually a very elevated brand. It's a European brand. It really we have high styling. Our outfits it's a perfect outfit completer, and we can be dressed up or dressed down, and the Giza's a great option for that.
For sure. I could have worn this with my outfit today.
Yes,
actually,
beautiful.
Really, any of them. I love that you could have had it on also, because there is something so beautiful about this patent, and it's patent on top, but even underneath. You know, next to your skin, you're still gonna have that softness. So no worries about it being uncomfortable in any way like that. The flex pay is $22. The shipping is free. All of the Birkenstocks ship for free here at HSN. And so if you wanna go for yours, whether it's the Giza, the Mayari, the Arizonas, any of them that we featured, please do it while we have the color that you need or that you're after and the size that you need, okay? These are 091029. That's the number to get those home. And we do have other options of Giza, but if it's the patent that you're really drawn to, I would go for it, because to your point, when you're wearing these and your feet feel good, you can think about everything else in the world, but you don't have to think about your feet. You don't have to worry about them.
You just feel good.
You just feel good.
There's so much in the world that you know we have to think about. Let's not have to worry about how our feet feel bad.
For sure, for sure. Amy, this was fun.
It was.
But you're back tonight at 11.
I will be,
okay.
yes.
I can't wait to see what you bring to us tonight.
I know.
I know. We've got more for you, and you can keep shopping. Like I said, if you missed an item number, please do not miss out on going to hsn.com, okay? So thank you, my friend, until tonight at 11.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll see you again.
Thank you.
And you can keep shopping. We are going to take a quick break. Stay with us, though, because we've got Benefit coming up on the other side, and you're going to have a look at our today's special, and I know you don't want to miss that.
Food has always been my passion.